there's a story in the Irish News about how Croke Park are set to clamp down and bring sanctions against any clubs involved in providing any form of competition for players under the age of 12. So this would be like no keeping scores, no, like basically removing competition from under 12. As a parent, what do you make of that move?
Parent and under 12 camogie mentor. Yeah, look, I suppose I see the merits of it. You just don't want to be in a situation where you're on a sideline and parents are getting so irate and excited about the score of their particular team's or their child's team. So I don't know that kind of heavy-handed approach from the GAA will work either. I think it's kind of somewhere in the middle, a more collaborative. Look, the Go Games model at the moment, I think, is working. Is working reasonably well from my position. I get to go to a lot of under 12, under 10 camogie matches, and they're all played in the spirit of I suppose fairness, competition, no score, everyone gets a game, and I think that's good for all our children, because I think as a parent you want your child playing, you don't want your child sitting on a bench, and I think there's a certain amount. I think it's easier for the I suppose the bigger population centres now with hurling, and you look at Kilkenny City, the big clubs, you look at Waterford, you look at Galway, you look at Dublin, you look at, there's huge numbers of kids, and I think the Go Games model is suited for all those teams. The smaller country teams, that's where it gets a little bit tighter as regards with numbers and everything else, that you're having to play. Yes, you're having to play everybody, but you have to bring up maybe 10s to the 12s or whatever that to fill teams. And I think, look, it'll be interesting to see what way it goes in the next while. But I don't think a kind of a dictate or a mandate will work. And I think it's about working with people and underage coaches to find the best solution.
Okay, well, Willie, look, thanks very much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the trip in Cologne.
Lads, best of luck the weekend, Michael.
Cheers, Willie. Good man. Appreciate it. Good man.
Good luck.
Thanks,
no
man.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Because there's part of me that not every kid loves to be, and this is suppose true for adults as well as kids. Not everybody likes going in for really hard competition, and maybe that turns a certain amount of people away from sports. Some people just like to participate. It's not about winning and losing. But then there are people who thrive on competition, where sport teaches you resilience, winning and losing in life, because so many things, you're mollycoddled as a kid and you don't learn to win and lose, and you don't, you become an adult then and you realize, okay, everything isn't just going to fall in my lap. So there's part of me that's torn. Yes, everyone should get to participate, but everyone, there should be a facility for competition as well.
Yeah, it's an amazing, when you compare what underage was like when we were growing up compared to now.
It felt like the centre of the earth, like Parish League under 14 or whatever. You're going out, there's a parade, heading out into Bishop Quinlan Park. And whether you were right or wrong, you felt like the whole parish was there to watch this massively important thing in your eyes. Even though obviously, you go down now as an adult and watch yourself, and you're like, you're down there to support the kids, but you're kind of half looking off in the distance.
Yeah, it's just poles apart. I remember playing, we played ground hurling leagues in Burr, and it was so cutthroat.
You still do that at adult level by the looks of it.
But it was you actually couldn't kick the ball as well. That was one thing I remember. You used to get blown if you kicked the ball. But there was maybe 8 different teams assigned a county and a captain, and it was just it was brilliant. I loved it now, to be honest with you. Now, maybe not. I think most people taking part did now, but it was all played in good spirit. The problem is when you have, generally, there's a couple of lunatics ruin it for most people that just take it way too far, take the element of competition and winning way too far, start. If they have 17 of a squad and it's 11 aside, they play their best 11 and they leave the 6. You know what I mean? They leave the 6 off because they want to win the game. And there's people like that, and people are roaring on sidelines, are generally losing it or ruining it for everybody else. But